We're the Talent Report. Good news about great talent. Last week, we took a look at Instagram. We wanted to find out who are syndicated radio's top influencers on the platform. The results were surprising. Saw a lot of people who aren't top of mind when you think of radio's top influencers, but nevertheless, they're active, their followers are responsive, they're growing at a nice rate, and they maintain a healthy following. But beyond that, it was really cool to see so many formats represented. It wasn't all formats that were 1834. You saw some older demographics and some expected names, but you also saw some surprises on there as well. Now, what we focus on when compiling these charts, because this week we're looking at Facebook. So we looked at followers. But we also looked at their average interactions. And you can think of that as the engagement, because some people post a lot. And they may post a lot, but not get much engagement from their followers. So average interactions takes the amount of followers and divides that by likes and comments, and basically the different metrics that are used on Facebook to measure engagement. And beyond that, we look at growth. We want to see that the people who make this list are people who not only have a healthy following, but continue to grow their audience as opposed to lose followers. So without further ado, here is the Talent Report's top 10 syndicated radio Facebook influencers for the month of February 2019. Coming in at number 10, Jenna Owens, straight from the Kid Craddock morning show. Now, what's really fascinating about this, she posted exactly 3 times this year. However, the content that she posted is really resonating. The stranger thing about the content that she has on there, it's all promotional. She has a new skincare line, but people are really responding to it. It's getting great reviews. And as a result, her engagement or her average interactions were very healthy, as you can see, compared to some of the other people on the list. She's actually number 3 within our top 10 as far as average interactions are concerned. Her followers extremely healthy at 219,000. And while her growth is at 0.12%, and it's only 263 followers, the fact that she has such great engagement with her average interactions and she has such a healthy following, that's really helped propel her up to number 10, especially since she was nowhere on the list in January 2019. Ricky Smiley from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, he has a mix of video and timely links on his social platforms, as well as different memes and things that'll make you laugh. And while his average interactions is the lowest on the chart, his followers is second from the top, and his growth rate is at 0.59%. Now, that means in 1 month, he's gained 21,000 followers, which helped him really helped to offset some of the weaker engagement that he has, as you can see on the average interactions. Dana Loesch, conservative talk host, is continuing to do really well on Facebook. She's flat from January to February. However, she still maintains very healthy interactions. She has 380,000 followers and gained 791 followers over the month. While that's not great, again, her success in the other metrics really offset some of the weaknesses and helped propel her to make our list. Jubal Fresh from Brook and Jubal in the Morning, he's been killing it. So in January, he was number 12 among syndicated talent, but this month, or last month, I should say, for the month of February, he's number 7. So what's the difference? He's just become more active. His interactions are really strong, actually tied for first with 0.87%. And his followers isn't that large. It's only 39,000, but look at the growth. He gained 4.49%, and that's 1,708 followers for the month. So even though that number of 1,700 followers doesn't seem like a lot, when you look at it from the perspective of what his actual followers is, that brings him to a almost 4.5% growth in followers, which made him qualify for our list. Willie Moore Jr. Has an interesting mix. Like he has content from the show. He goes live. He'll post memes, positivity, inspiration, but definitely does a good job at mixing up the media on his page. And his average interactions are 0.52%, and his followers pretty healthy, 500,000. The growth rate for the month is 0.32%, but his growth is at 1,600. Another inspirational talent on this list is Hezekiah Walker. Both he and Willie Moore Jr. host gospel shows that are aired at Afternoon Drive, and the average interaction rate for Bishop Hezekiah Walker is 0.38%, and he has over 700,000 followers. Last month was better for him. January 2019 was better for him, and he dipped just a little bit, but nevertheless, he had a great boost of followers with over 5,000 people added to him in the month of February. And Ben Shapiro was our number one influencer on Instagram for the month of February 2019, and he's really strong on Facebook as well. He declined from the number 2 spot to number 4 for February 2019, but still, he's doing an amazing job. Just look, he gained 104,000 followers in 1 month, which is phenomenal. And that's at 2.21% growth. But look at his followers. Over 4 million and getting so close to that 5 million. So even though his interaction rate isn't as strong as some of his counterparts, the fact that he has such a massive following and the fact that he's growing so rapidly and so impressively made him reach our list. Number 4 on our list. Coming in at number 3, John Tesh. Now, John Tesh is extremely active, or someone's extremely active on his Facebook page, because there's just some fun content on there. There's inspirational content. He goes live as well. And it's just a very engaging, active, and even if you don't listen to his radio show, it's worth following him because the content is just so interesting and entertaining, and he does a great job with Facebook. His followers is 1.2 million, and his growth rate is 0.81%. For the month of February, he gained 9,000 followers, very close to 10, but even though he has pretty good numbers, he gained going from January to February. So he's definitely doing a great job. And if you need some inspiration for just some content that's really relevant to a variety of people, definitely follow John Tesh. The Brat is really, really surprising to me because she didn't used to be active on Facebook, but now there's a lot of activity. It's always been connected to her Instagram account, so it seems, but it looks like there's content that's going natively onto Facebook, because now it's not just all of the @ as people would post on Instagram, but someone's actually going in, or maybe it's her, going in and tagging people that are mentioned on some of the posts that she does. So it doesn't seem like she's done a lot because it's a replication of her Instagram feed. But nevertheless, look at how fast she's growing. She's growing faster than anyone else. She grew 18,000 followers for the month of February, which is at 4.73%, which is greater than anyone else. So that's impressive. And she has 412,000 followers on on Facebook, even though Instagram seems to be her social network of choice. And Erica Campbell, coming in at number 1, does a really great job because she has just a good reflection of her life and her thoughts and the many roles she plays in her life. So, and also it's a mix of content from her Instagram feed, and you also see videos, and it's just an interesting mix of content that seems to be connecting with her following. Her average interaction rate is pretty good at 0.59%. She's over 1 million, which is really good to have on any social platform. But her growth rate has been 1.52% for the month of February. And overall, that's 19,000. Now, even though she's not number 1 in any of these categories, the fact that she ranks so high in every category is what really made her surpass her competition, because she's strong with her engagement, she's strong with followers, and she's growing at a great rate. So even though, again, she wasn't number one, she was very successful across the board, whereas most of the other personalities had a particular category where they weren't as strong in. So keep up the great work on social. Please follow all of these personalities to see people who are really doing a great job on Facebook. But moreover, they're getting great engagement and interaction with their fan base on Facebook. And please check out the talent.report.